All right. That's a very $1 million a year strategy I just shared with you guys. Welcome, everybody. My name is Tammy. I'm here with my fearless crew. We are excited because today we're officially launching what we call the 10K mission. And this could be for anyone. It could be 10K a day, 10K a month, 10K a week. It's actually unlimited. So if you've seen the 5-minute video, which I decided to prepare and wear my pink shirt because I did the video in pink when Rob and I recorded it. When we decided to launch this, when we decided to create a business opportunity 4 years ago, was when we started the original Get Fearless Freedom. Okay, so I have done a couple of revisions since I launched it. But what Get Fearless Freedom is it's a business opportunity where you can make money with this company. So I get right to the point. I don't go into a lot of detail of my background, although I will tell you guys I've trained a lot of people online, thousands of people prior to my online experience of 12 years. I actually was a mortgage broker and real estate investor. So a lot of times people come to me because of that. They know that I had that background, and I helped my husband create his mortgage broker business in and take it back a little bit. Our first business together was 1989. Prior to my son being born. So my son's an entrepreneur. His name is Robert. He's here with me. My mentor and leader, Brianna, is here with me here today. And I have also John Valley. He's a special guest and of course member, and he's going to be speaking here today. So I just want you guys to know that this is a community of like-minded people. And we gather almost every single Saturday. And now we've got Brianna, where she's made me organized and detailed. And so now we have a main place to be able to, show people that they can come, they can watch that 5-minute video, and then they can get started. So again, we're here on Saturday to kind of do a little overview. I want some more, testimonials, obviously, because once we relaunch this new site, I'll show you guys when we relaunched it, we put a lot of the testimonials down there of what's been obviously working for the past 4 years. So I actually have right now, I get to show everybody, because last Saturday we were still programming it in. And by the way, I have a programmer, and his experience, just so you guys know, is about 20 years of online experience. He also programs for a major bank in the United States. Sorry to say, but anyway, that's another subject for another day. But anyway, he does bank security. So this website is very highly secure, as you guys can see, any techie people. And so your information goes right in here. Once you decide to join today, you will join, and you will join at the 1,000 level, because Brianna's going to show you guys exactly what we're doing for this mission. But isn't this cool website? This website, again, is programmed from the ground up. So I did not buy any templates. I didn't want any of that. I decided when I created my program, I wanted it to be different. I didn't want to just be reselling the program. Does that make sense to everybody today? In fact, there's nothing like it. I was just talking to Mary Beth, one of my dear friends, and she has been working with me for 8 years now, longer. Like I said, before I start recording this, I lose track of time. It's really one of those things that we've put together so that no matter what your opportunity is online, and I've always made the most money in picks and shovels, the picks and shovels business, which means software, training internet marketers, having that lead generation kind of quote unquote strategy, so that no matter who it is, and of course you want your target market. We're not just selling to, your next door neighbor. I'm talking about people that are in the money-making niche. Okay, so they might be in the coaching space. They might be in, and I'm taking some of Brianna's training that I've listened to. So Brianna, you'll probably be like, oh yeah, she learned it from my supreme level. But it's true. We're not here to help everybody. We're here to target market a niche. And in my experience of 12 years, business opportunities are amazing because there's so much lead generation for it. There's lists for it. There's solo ads for it. There's Craigslist sections for it. There's Facebook sections for people looking for a way to make money. Does that make sense here today? If it does, give me a 1. I'd like to see some of the interaction happening here. And if you're on my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you get back to the person that's invited you here. So I just want you guys to know that again, we have testimonials on the new page. Isn't that cool? So there's one of Brianna's members, one of Rob's, there's one of Rob's, there's one of Rob's, there's one of Rob's, there's mine. This lady here, in fact, has used my funnels for a high ticket opportunity, continues to do it, and she continues to be on the leaderboard with it. All right. So understand something. This is like a hybrid opportunity where you can take my pages, and I'll show you guys that real simple pages, capture pages. We always want to collect the email. That's how we get people onto these Zooms. That's how we get people onto your list, because not everybody is a hyper responsive buyer. I learned that back at one of the information marketing boot camps I went to with Dan Kennedy. I don't know if you guys know who Dan Kennedy is, but anyway, he's one of the best direct response marketers in the industry. So I have people here, testimonials. I have people using it right now, and we're forming another page. We've already put it together. Brianna did, and we have that for everybody that's available. If you want to see more testimonials, I don't know, Brianna, I don't think we could fit all it. I kept sending you testimonials. I mean, like, we have this like long page, right, of testimonials. So let me just stop that. I always forget that it plays. But this here, Rob and I, it was fun. We had a really great time. We drove all around, and he said, Mom, I'm going to have you film in front of a Lamborghini. Now, a lot of people that know me, I'm a very simple person. You know, fancy cars and fancy houses, they don't honestly jazz me. I've had all that in my life. You know what I mean? I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Hold on one second, guys. Okay, I just got to stop your video there, Steven. I apologize, but it's going flash, flash, flash. So I just wanted to make sure if you guys are in a spot that your camera is like, you know, like flashy or anything like that, it'll distract my members, or, you know, people that are interested in joining. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. So anyway, getting back to the, you know, to the production of this, it takes weeks, sometimes months, sometimes years to get to this point where we're at. All right. So with you joining and coming into our opportunity, so to speak, think about it like this. And I thought about it from this perspective. You know, you're probably thinking in your mind, well, okay, so how does this work for me? Well, if you wanted to do something like this, it would cost a lot of money, you know, because servers are not cheap. But also think about it from this standpoint. I already know marketing. I already know what capture pages convert. I've used them for years. I've studied all that stuff. So I've studied direct response marketing for 12 years. So a person that's coming into our community is going to be plugging into that training. Does that make sense? And then the other perspective is, as Brianna, she's been able to help people also get unstuck. There's a lot of times that you get stuck in life. All right. And let me just tell you guys something about her. Since I've met her this year, she's not only helped me, she's helped my son, she's helped herself. She has 7 amazing kids. I love her kids. And so I want people to know that there's times in your life, you know, and it's times in mine. I've gotten stuck. I mean, I'm like, wow, what do I do now? What do I do for money? This business model has saved my bacon like, well, many, many times the high ticket space. And we're not talking about high ticket. We're talking about the top level is $1,000. And that's what we have with Brianna's training at the supreme level. She was gracious enough to be able to give this gift, and it's a gift. It really is truly a gift. You're a gift ever since you came to my life. And to this community, it's a gift to have your training back there. And so I don't want you guys to take this lightly. All right, today, I want you guys to log into the back. I want you guys to go through her training, because it's going to take you to the next level. There's a lot of times that as you get older, there's filing cabinets that get really, really stuck. Can anybody relate to that? Put a 7 in there. Can anyone relate, or Brianna's favorite number, or whatever, you know, can anyone relate to where you get stuck and think, I don't think I deserve it, or dang it, I just don't understand it, or whatever. Well, her training will take you from that point and get you past it so you can start making money here with us. So you see those testimonials on that page. You'll hear from John Valley. You'll hear from the people in the community that are using it right now for their daily activities. You know what I mean? And so you're kind of renting the space, if you want to call it, at $47 a month. And I'm not sure how long I'll be able to keep that price, by the way. So make sure you guys get in today. You know, servers go up, costs go up. But right now, when we launched, it was $47. Okay. To be able to rent that space, to think about it, you can make unlimited money. Just like I say in that video, you can make $1,000 a month. You can make $100,000 a month, because my servers are okay. They're built to have as many campaigns as possible. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. Like I was saying to my programmer, are you sure we're going to be able to allow people to put unlimited campaigns? Now, I don't want you to go crazy with it. I had one guy that had 47. I don't even know how you can keep track of 47 businesses or campaigns. I can only keep track of one of two. You know, I can only keep track of 2 or 3, maybe 3, probably tops. You know what I mean? So in the back office, like I show here and share here, we're going to talk about, again, the $1,000 level. I'll have Brianna talk, and then we'll pass it to John, and then anyone else wants to talk and share their story. But isn't this phenomenal? We have the attraction factor. We have the Dance Your Way to 10K. I love dancing. We were just talking about it before we recorded. She loves dancing. And the Money Masters Ignition course. And I want you to be able to explain to everybody, you know, what was your dream? What was your concept? And then coming into this community and working with me and my son and the rest of us, because, well, I mean, the work involved, and I totally can relate with you, because you said to me, it was a lot of time to put these pages together for people and all this kind of stuff. And then, you know, now we are here. And before I have you talk, of course, I want to show everybody how automated the pages are. Like when Brianna and I, before we met and before we had the system, believe it or not, we would have to make our team members pages from like WordPress. And you guys ever get a mentor that says to me, I had a mentor one time says, Tammy, well, just learn WordPress. I'm like, oh, I don't want to learn WordPress. I want to market. And he goes, well, why don't you learn ClickFunnels? And I, sorry that I say these names, but I'm like, I don't want to learn. I just want it done. This is how I am, because I want to make money. You got to understand something. When you're a full-time internet marketer and you do this full-time, you want money, you want sales coming in, right? So who has the time to stop and always figure out a capture page for people? So that's the reason why we have in the back office, you can launch any business in 9 minutes flat. And you want to be at the top level because you want to make that $1,000, you know, because if you're not at the $1,000, and I'll repeat this again at the end of the video, at the end of the Zoom, because everybody always asks me the same question. If you don't have at the $1,000, then you're the person that comes in. If they've joined at the 1,000, it goes right past you. Right. Yeah, literally like right past you. So I've seen it happen before. And I always, you know, try to tell my members, listen, get in get in where you can, but work up and make sure you're at the 1,000, because what we have to come is really exciting, huh, Brianna? We're really excited about this mission and how we're going to be able to change people's lives, honestly, from this point forward. So take it away, Brianna. And thank you for coming. I know it's late there in Scotland, and you're busy with your kiddos, and it was dinner time, and I was like, please. So she's here for the actual official launch.
It's not really late. It's just, as you know, like I've been doing a lot of building and fixing, and I've got certain health conditions, as well as I've just decided to come off pain medication as well. So the body is feeling it slightly as I'm doing a whole cleansing process as well. So I've got quite a bit. So it was just a case of yeah, we had all of that going on. So I absolutely wanted to come on and talk about this tonight, definitely. The mission came forward for us, especially Tammy, because we really wanted to see some movement happening for people with earning. So one of the things that I will say to you, there was a couple of things that you pointed out, and I do absolutely want to share with this whole new level that we've been working on, putting together. When I first started, one of the biggest reasons that I started looking at myself more is because I was having an online, well, a kind of online business, even a physical business. Used to be a holistic therapist, and I struggled to receive money. I struggled to receive payment for services. I used to make my, services cheaper, thinking that, well, yeah, I'll settle for, listen to this, £5 for a 30-minute treatment. And
Oh,
I struggled, yeah, and I was actually good. I was really good at what, well, you kind of know me, Tammy, and like that even with the holistic therapy, I was actually really good at what I did. But I struggled with the whole receiving side of it, and I was just never ever getting ahead. And yeah, it was pretty heartbreaking. So anyway, something had happened in my life, and as it does, and that pushed me to start studying with Bob Proctor. That took me on a whole other different level. I got to learn about multiple sources of income. When I learned about that, I was like, why do people not know about that? And for many of us on here, it's quite common knowledge now that we're seeing it all the time: multiple sources of income, network marketing, affiliate marketing, create your own digital assets, which is creating your own courses and things like that. But for many people, they still aren't aware that this is out there. So anyway, it put me on to this whole path, this whole journey. I became a coach, became a consultant. I've always had a knack with online side of things anyway. And I also get into network marketing as well, So I was a consultant. I got into network marketing, which was with Bob Proctor's wife. And I did that because, again, I loved multiple sources of income. I wanted to be building those multiple sources of income. But at the time that I was doing it, I was busting my butt. Now, I actually created a whole movement for the UK with that company that Linda was working with. So it was me that launched it. Again, it's getting the ideas, using a lot of things that we're using here. But one of the biggest problems that was coming up for people, I don't know how to get people. I don't know where to find people. People keep on saying to me, they're not interested in it. So there was a lot of the old network marketing. Now, I didn't really do it the old way. Even back then, I was like, oh, I don't like doing the kind of old network marketing way. But it was a lot of work, guys. I mean, a lot of work. Even creating your own courses, it can be a lot of work. Now, I do teach people a simplified way to do it. I might actually add that in to our program, Tammy. I've got a whole course that teaches you how to create your own course, which I haven't uploaded yet.
wow.
So
Yeah.
that's another one that we can add in, for later on for anybody who wants to create their own courses. But it's a lot of work, and I was a consultant with Bob Proctor as well. So I'd gone on to being able to receive, at that point it was about $6,500 for a 6-month program. So I changed myself enough to do that, but I still wanted to be building the residual income. So I went into that, and it was just, you were spending a lot of time. And what had happened for me, and what really caused me to go on the journey that's led me to Tammy, is that, again, I was up until 1 a.m, working, as I was doing, because there was often times I was doing that, and when I talk to people about taking action, it's not killing yourself action. That's not what I'm talking about here, because I'm actually quite against that. And this is why. I was up till 1 a.m. working, and I woke up the next morning to hear that my partner had passed away. And that right there caused me to rethink this whole game that we were playing when it comes into the online space. And from that experience, I learned that you can't get time back. You don't know, you don't know what's going to happen the next day, and you cannot get that time back. And it's not about being fearful about time, because I did actually go into a little bit of that, and I had to do a lot of inner work around that. But that kind of experience really, really makes you wake up and look at life differently. And at that time, I was also 3 months pregnant as well, which you'll see my little Phoenix, that's her name, who was born a beautiful, healthy little girl. But that whole experience, and for me, what had happened, I'd gone through a lot of the grief process, but I'd went and I worked myself up to, being able to learn closer with Bob Proctor, because I was like, what on earth is going on here? I need some answers. And, I'd made some moves to do that. And the question I wanted to ask him was this: how can we achieve our goals and more, spending less time, so that we can actually live life, so that we can experience life, so that we can enjoy life, so that we can be with our families. And I'm so big about families, not just mothers. Like, I do obviously work with mothers, not just mothers, but families being able to spend time together. You know, that's what that experience left me with. I want to see more families being able to have beautiful, wonderful experiences, creating memories together. So how do we do that? Now, Bob's answer was, see it in your mind. I was like, you know, because obviously that's what he says even in his free videos. See it in your mind, you'll hold it in your hands. You know, so I was like,
I remember when you say that. I'm like, and that was when I was in the creation of this. It's so funny to say that.
It was, I think it was about a year after. It might have been, hang on. So it's 5 years now.
Okay.
In fact, it would have been, because you actually created this 4 years ago, didn't you? Yeah. So we love that. There's been loads of synchronicities. So anyway, it put me on this path, and I went on a journey, because I was like, right, okay, well, this is what I'm seeing in my mind, and the ways how come to you. So you go in this path, and you're sifting and sorting. And I have to say that hands down, I love affiliate marketing. I love what it can do for people. And I think sometimes people miss the bigger picture when they come into this. You know, it's like they're just looking at this little small section. But for me, what is affiliate marketing about? Affiliate marketing is a powerful tool that can help people receive money. Now, this is one of the biggest things. When people were paying me $6,500, they were going through the success mindset training set out by, you know, Bob and their team. But still, one of the biggest things was, how do I receive the money to pay for my dreams? That was one of the biggest things. So they're like, yeah, I've got this dream, I've got this goal, absolutely. But where's the money going to come from? Now, of course, you're not supposed to ask that, and you're supposed to trust, and, you know, everything else. And I talk about that in our courses that, you know, we've put in a course there. But affiliate marketing is a tool for you to receive money so you can live your passions and dreams. And that's what you have to remember. You know, so when you're actually sharing this with other people, you're not just sharing a course, you're not just sharing training or coaching or mentoring. You're sharing a powerful tool that, when applied, can give people the income that they're needing. It's the way how it can give them the income that they're needing. Even newbies as well. Newbies? Am I even saying that right? Newbies?
Yeah.
People just starting out, don't even think was features, right? People that are just starting out. This is the best business model. Oh my God, do I wish I had this when I first started out. And I know a lot of people say that as well. Yes. So we've got Money Masters Ignition inside there. And when you go through that, then of course it's very much about you becoming a magnet for wealth, because it's not just about wealth. Okay, so I'm going to be honest here on this call. Money attracts people, but ultimately you want to live a life that you love and adore to live, and you want to have joy. Why do you want the money? You know, because you want to feel and live a joyous experience in this life. That's really what Money Masters is about. And of course, when you're doing that, then you're going to start attracting more sales and clients to you, okay? So that then, if you were like me and you struggled to sell anything, and I have worked with people who struggled to, you know, sell. They used to make things cheaper to be able to receive income, thinking that would make it sell more. I'm pretty sure some of you might have been on here as well, that you've tried to sell a lower cost product, like maybe $1 or $7 or $37, whatever it is. And it was a lot of work. For me, I've actually seen what's so strange is that it is more work to sell a lower price product than it is a higher price product, like the 1Ks, the 2Ks, the 3Ks. Strange, absolutely strange. It's absolutely so. Don't think that you're going to make more money and more sales if you make things cheaper. That's not always the case either. But absolutely, that's what's going to show you. The dance your way to 10K. So it's dance your way to 10K instead of fast track, because one of the things that I blend within this, now this is using Facebook, but now with Tammy's program. So I did do a lot of the Facebook organic marketing, but I did it slightly differently because you were blending in the energy mastery and the mindset mastery side of things. So you're blending those two in together. But with Tammy's system, you're able to just put that on steroids. I mean, God, if you put the two together, and then Tammy's mentoring. So but one of the biggest things with that is we don't just talk about, like marketing, we blend that energy in. And the energy part of it is one of the things that I always say to people, it's like, well, when you start receiving sales, what do? When you get a sale, no, I know that I do this when my people, and Tammy does the same thing as well, we do a dance. Like we actually do a dance. So I was like, well, start celebrating now. Don't wait for you to physically see those sales coming in. Do it now. So it's not about pole dancing. You're not going to be earning money from pole dancing. That's not what Dance Your Way to 10K is about, because some people are like, oh, you're going to dance? You're doing a strip show? I'm like, no, you don't want to see that.
Right. Especially with the Vegas video.
And it's not about TikTok videos, dancing on TikTok videos either, unless you want to do that. Like if that's your thing, if that's your jam, absolutely do that. For me, I love music. I love it. It really is. Everything that I'm doing is because this is in the online space, and going for your dreams, you're going to come up against hurdles. You're going to come up against moments where you want to quit, and it's about things that we can use, tools that we can use to uplift ourselves, to break ourselves out of that. And music, dancing is always a huge one. And of course, I was even thinking about this today. We always do like some sort of happy dance whenever you receive those sales. So there's a little energy technique that actually incorporates that, and something you can do daily as well, where it's like you're high-fiving your new people coming in, and we're dancing and we're celebrating. So there's all of that inside there. So I love it. I love that whole course itself, that whole program. The attractor factor. No, he has got the attraction factor on there. That's about, and it was really, really great because John actually brought this up earlier on in the call before we started recording. The attractor factor is when you have got things moving and, you've started to, because we always talk about building your own brands. We want you to be the star of the show. We want you to shine, building your own brands. And once you've got that going a little bit, then the attractor factor shows you how you can actually make your own value free type gifts. And I show you ways to do that, even if, again, you're starting off new and you've not got a lot of knowledge. There's little tips and hacks and things like that inside there that makes it simplified for you. But you can create your very own, they call it a lead magnet. And then to make it even more powerful, I show you how to do that too, so that can be out there in the world to attract people towards you. So great for coaching as well, because I used to work with a lot of coaches too. And great for affiliate marketing, even network marketing as well. You could be creating these, putting them out there, putting them on your YouTube, using Tammy's pages with them, which again it just puts everything that I was doing on steroids.
Yeah.
So yeah, because it simplifies it. So many people don't want to go into email systems and all of the craziness that's involved with it, building a website, building the funnels, all of that stuff. But Tammy's system actually simplifies that too. So that's where it just blends perfectly. Now, I had gone on a journey. I've been working with a lot of people with a similar thing that we were looking to build. We had this vision, and the vision was to have something that will be able to, because instead we were buying courses. I'm pretty sure Tammy's been buying courses, but in the space that I was in, we were all spending thousands, and I'm talking thousands on courses, learning how to do the marketing, organic marketing, even just the mindset. Like I went and said, to work with me when I was with Bob Proctor, it was 6,500 for 6 months. That was just a group program. It was not one-to-one. 6,500. You did not get to sell that for 100% commissions. You didn't get to sell that for even 50% commissions.
Exactly.
And some of the places would allow you to sell their programs for maybe 50% commissions, 40% commissions. But for me, when I found this model, this business model, which all started from me making a choice, that there was just something I just wanted to see, a flow of 1Ks flowing through. And then this was brought to me, 100% commission business model. And at first I thought, this is madness. And then the other part was like, oh my God, this could help so many people. But as a course creator, as a course creator, it was like, is this a good business choice? This is pretty nuts that you're going to, because it's trainings, it's what people pay thousands for normally. That's inside fear as well.
I know.
Yeah, so it was just, well, it is, and I think sometimes for me, I'm like, God, people, you have to see this. That literally thousands, and I know because I was investing those thousands over and over and over again. And inside here, God, it just simplifies the journey for people so much to be able to earn a high income. So yeah, and Tammy, anyway, there was a few situations and things, that the whole path and journey you're taking on that brought me to Tammy. And Tammy was, she literally had the same vision. She had a huge heart as well. I saw some stuff going on in the industry, and I was like, do I really? I've had moments where I know the difference between I call it shadow, the limiting self, where it's like, don't do this, you just quit, that's because you want to quit most of the time. But there was something that I saw where I was like, I'm so close to giving up in this industry, really giving up in this industry. And then I met Tammy. And with that, like just with us communicating, I was like, oh my God, you've got the same vision that I had. And look at everything that you're doing. And you just know that she's a genuine person that really cares about her community, her people. And I mean, I could go on and on and on. And I do not kiss ass to anyone. It's not my nature. I give credit where credit's due, because many people are just sort of like, make me seem wonderful, talk nice about me and everything else, and I'm like, oh no. So that's when I say good things about people, I mean them. And I could go on and on about Tammy herself. So this mission, explosion. Who wants an explosion of 10Ks?
Wow.
Pop some threes.
Me.
For the threes in the comment box. Let's get on to the explosion of 10Ks, because this is something that we've came up with, that we really want to be working with some people that are movers and shakers, and also want to see other people winning as well, because that part's important. Right, great. We've got plenty of threes coming up there. Right, so the explosion to 10K. Why were we so strict? with making you apply. And if you're just watching this, you do have to apply. There's an application process because this is an extra service that we are adding on here. Normally, I would do this in a very, very small group where there would be a maximum of 10 people in this group. And Tammy and I were chatting, and I was like, oh my God, you know, we could actually help the whole group here. And that means that instead of us just doing it for ourselves, which we would normally do, and you can learn to do that as well, you know, once you're a part of it and you're working with it, you can actually do this yourself and in your own wee group.
Yep.
But yeah, we brought this forward for people to really work with the ones that want to go for it, you know, really go for it, take action. One of the things I know it's been one of my biggest dislikes. I have moved from hate and now it's dislike, which is, you know, progress for me. One of my biggest dislikes in this online business, in any business, in fact, that since I've been here, you know, even with the coaching and stuff like that, is people not taking action, people buying a program,
yep,
and they don't take action.
Nothing.
Yeah. And I've spoken to so many mentors because again, it was a massive, it was actually a block within me. I hated it so much in the past that it was like this thing that was there with me. And I've done a lot of work over this, listened to a lot of mentors who say the same thing. And it's normal as well. You know, it's actually a normal thing that happens with all businesses, and just ignore it. You know, but for us, we want to give some extra time and extra energy to those of you who are really going to follow through. You know, we could say, oh, sure, just buy it. You know, we don't care. But no, we actually do care, right? We want to see you winning. We want to see your winning stories there. So the case study group that we've actually come up with, and we make people apply for it because we want to work with people, and we're going to put in our time, our energy, our mentoring. You know, you've got John Valley there, who is, you know, he's already a great mentor. Tammy, Robert, all of us here, we're going to be showing up a little bit extra. Sorry, John, I haven't really spoke to you too much. So I've kind of put you on the spot there. It's like, John, will you show up?
John always shows up. Yeah, he's always here. Yeah.
But
I love working with John.
We're willing to do that for you. And what we want to know is, are you serious? Are you all in to do this? And that's why we check first. We make the application process is about you saying, you know, actually, yes. Now, you might be a person that, and when I talk about action, again, I'm going to take it back to the fact that it's not I don't do it. And it can work for some people, and some people do love that. But personally, it's not about killing yourself. I do still have health conditions, you know, like, so I'm not talking about you busting your butt for 10 hours a day or things like that. But, you know, Tammy's got daily method of operation, which is 90 minutes a day. Can you give even 90 minutes a day of like you being focused and following the tasks? And that daily method of operation as well, what we're actually going to do in this private, smaller, because it is still smaller numbers that we're going to do, okay? So it's not just at 10, but it's smaller numbers that we're going to do. In this private group, we're actually going to do a class where you will work with us to create your very own unique daily method of operation, because not everybody markets the same way. I love Facebook. I'm doing more of YouTube now. You know, we've got the email marketing sorted out. Also, it's like, you know, hey, solo ads, which is new. I was normally against solo ads, but now I've been converted.
Yeah,
so before I was very, very against them. You know, so, but everybody's different, and everybody's coming at this from a different space. So we want to work with you so that you will get you to create that, because that's one of your first steps. One of your first steps is actually creating a goal, but that's a whole other conversation. But what you've actually got to do every single day, because we had one person say, how do I get leads every single day? How do I get leads every single day? And the training is in there. There's so much training, but that's the thing as well, is that sometimes there's so much that people are like, what do I do? And it's like, create your very own daily method of operations, so that right, these are the ways that I'm going to market.
Yep.
So you choose what's right for you at the space that you're currently at. You might not want to pay for ads. So that's fine. We show you plenty of ways to do it apart from that, until you're able to start adding that in. And you do want to have a combination of both. But that's something that we're going to be working with you to show you how to do that in this more private group. And the reason that we've done this as well in that smaller private group, so there is going to be an actual chat area, a chat group off Facebook, because not everybody likes to be on Facebook either. So that's important that we've got this off Facebook, where you can be supported. Everybody is supporting each other, encouraging each other. They're a group of people that are truly invested in this. Like they've set their goals. You might want to do 10K in a week, 10K in a month, whatever that is for you, okay? But they are all uniting together to go on this mission to win. And that's where it's like we're leaving our excuses at the door. And I don't say that lightly, because like I've went and said, I've got 7 children. Before, I could go into loads of stories about how I could have excuses not to do this business. I've had them pretty much all, including health conditions that would stop me from walking sometimes, stop me from showing up in video a lot of the times, because that would kick in, and that's why I've not done it. My body actually been riddled with pain at times, but you know what? Because I built my brand, I was still able to earn 5K in a week whilst I was laid up on my bed. I just did some meditation, visualization, and working from my phone, and shared. It was through affiliate marketing, sharing somebody else's work. So there's ways that we can, and that's what I want from you. It's like, let's leave any excuses at the door. They're going to come up, and we'll be there to support you through that. So you're going to have your stuff coming up. That part is actually normal, but you choose not to let your inner SHIT win anymore. This group is where you're dedicated, devoted to achieving and receiving the goal that you have set for yourself, and being able to use this powerful tool to do that, okay, to actually do that. So this is normally an extra service, because it's not part of the Get Fearless Freedom package, but we wanted to open it out because we wanted to help more people get some money flowing into their bank accounts, basically using this. So that's why we've opened it out. So instead of, instead of your people paying us for a private service, they pay you, and we're still going to provide this extra service for a limited time only. Obviously we're not going to do this all the time. We have said that we're going to start in June, and it's going to be for a month that we're going to, work with you on this to get you going for your mission. People can jump in now and use this right now to be able to welcome more and more people on. So it's kind of like we are rallying the troops together on this mission. And remember, the mission, although we say 10K or things like that, what is your dream? What is your goal? What is your why? Why are you doing this? Why are you actually doing this? Because what's the money for? And if you are happy with, because you just love making money, go for it. I'm not one of these people where it comes to mindset where it's like, oh no, you've got to have something else that the money is actually for. And sometimes you do, But for some people, they just love making money. Like they absolutely love making money. And if that is your jam, then you choose that for you. Absolutely go for that. I mean, for
Exactly.
some people, that alone excites them so much that they can just go at it. And for some people, it's like the money's, it's got to be something beyond the money, where it's like, I want a car, I want a camper van. I'm getting a camper van.
Yes,
I
she
want
is.
to, travel the world, or I want to, so what is that for you? And that's what this mission is all about.
Mhm.
It's about you being able to receive money and other people being able to receive money so that they can live the life that they blooming well want, so that they can have the experience life. I mean, not to be sat at a computer or at a desk for 15 hours a day or stuff like that.
Yeah, yuck.
Uh,
Exactly.
so that's really what this whole mission is about. And there is some more details. You can get the application form from one of us, of course, and then we give you more details, and
Yep.
everything's more laid out after that. But yeah, this, I mean, it's a powerful movement, and we really want to work with those that you're going to take action. It's just this is for you, and you're gonna have your stuff coming up. It's actually normal when you set a goal. As soon as you set that goal, that triggers your inner poop. I call it shadow. Bob Proctor used to call it limiting paradigms. And I'm not going to go into the whole explanation of it all. But as soon as you set a goal to better yourself, you start triggering your shadow. Now, your shadow will hit you with doubts, with fears, with distractions,
Right.
all of that stuff will start to surface up, right? That is normal. But here's the thing. It's actually normal that people let that win instead of blasting through it and continuing on and going for their dreams. That's why less people take action.
Yep. That's why it's going to
And
be a small group.
yeah. So it's like, and I like to make people aware of this, because you've got to be aware of this. Self-awareness is the ultimate key. Self-awareness, because you want to see this and you're like, do you know what? I can see that now. I can see it. No, I'm not going to let it win. And you get plugged back into the group. Like, we're all there. We're all supporting you. Because that part is important as well. And you move on. And we want your success stories on the page.
On the page.
That's what we want to see. So that's where we're really looking to work closely with a smaller group in doing this. And a little mindset shift, I just spotted this, and it's funny because John mentioned it just earlier on when we were talking. He said there's a mindset shift. Mindset shift. I haven't drank any alcohol. This is just me naturally, by the way. A mindset shift when it comes to building a business compared to work. Okay, so let me just show you this image here. People don't have the patience to build a business for 3 years, but they have the patience to go to work for 40 years.
Wow.
For 40 years.
Wow.
Now, I love that I've been a coach building a business that way, like I've done all of that. And with affiliate marketing, you can shorten that time.
Yes.
I was a year before I even started seeing some money coming back after investing tens of thousands. When I first started off, I mean, a year. Seriously, and even then it was small change. It was smaller change than what you're able to sell and receive here. That was the money, and tens of thousands. I was a single mum back then of 6 children, so it was not a small feat for me. I didn't have people handing me money or stuff like that. So yeah, just a year, but I didn't quit. There was times that I would be crying on the floor, saying to myself, I can't do this. Why is it not working? So I've had those moments. I've had moments where things have happened in life, but I just refused to quit. I kept going, and it was just, I will find the ways how, I will find the ways that I can. And that's what I want from you. I mean, I do see this business being a way to be able to shorten the time before you start receiving a return from that. But you have to remember that you're building a business here. You're actually building a business. And yeah, so working with us, it's not just a quick flash in the pan, money making
So we gotta dedicate a month. We're talking.
Like it's an actual business. You know, this is a business, a scalable business. You're going to learn the tools. You're going to learn the ways how. I mean, God, everything you're going to learn is going to blow your mind when you make that choice that you're all in to win. When you are all in to win. Excuses at the door. We're going to do this. So with that, Tammy, I'm going to pass that on to you. If there's anything else you want to know, you can let me know.
No, that's amazing. So the current people that are already in, if you haven't got the application, make sure that you get back with your sponsor, obviously the person that brought you in here, and we'll give it to you guys. We've shared it with, I gotta still share it with John. I was talking to John about something totally separate because he's helping me with some calls. John's actually going to help me with the callbacks and things like that, because it's as we grow, you know, things like that. But I'm going to have next, I'll have John talk on this so that people can hear it from perspective of another, you know, I've known John for a long time. Same with Brianna. She used to build these systems and things like that. And then John, when he found Get Fearless Freedom, why he loves it. And then John, isn't this exciting, because we have the structure here in this community to just run, like just literally run, and just bring as many people as you want. You know, you already know, and you love Brianna's guides, you love the training, you love the getting started guides, all back there. It's everything we need, honestly, right here. So I'm going to have John share, and then anyone else that wants to share today. So John, go ahead and give everyone your perspective of why you love the Get Fearless Freedom movement.
I appreciate that. First of all, you know, both Brianna and you have the same drive as me. No, there's nothing going to get in my way. Second, I want to, it really comes down to two things. What's the difference between advertising and marketing? Can anyone answer that? What's the difference between advertising and marketing? Can anyone answer that?
I can, but yeah, let's have other people.
So here's the
Brianna
point.
knows, I'm sure.
Yeah, just ask somebody if somebody knows that answer.
Let's see, Bob Flino, do you? Who else we got in here? Christina, Terry, do you guys know? Ones that have the cameras on?
Well, let's just make this quick so we don't hold here, everybody. Tammy and Brianna, can you turn your mics on, and the first one to guess it wins? I want to ask you a question. She's got to have her mic on, Tammy.
Oh, okay.
All right. Whoever guesses first is the winner.
Uh-oh.
It's yellow with golden arches.
McDonald's.
Wrong. It's a yellow M, but you saw McDonald's. That's marketing. They've done such a good job of marketing their what? Ads. That's why they became big. If you want to make money online, don't spend 90% of your time marketing. Spend all your time advertising. Advertise to get leads, because in the end, that's the only thing that makes you money.
True.
And here's another thing. My first network marketing company that I was deceptively invited to in 1985, I won't mention names. The first thing the guy said is it was either a bag or a briefcase. I think it was a bag. He says, here is your bag of all the money you're going to earn in life. What are you going to fill that bag with? $1 bills, $5 bills, $10 bills, $20 bills, $50 bills, or $100 bills? He says, why not fill it with big checks instead of little tiny bills? And it hooked me from the beginning. I've been in network marketing ever since. I've been in a lot of different programs. I've been a program owner of several programs. So when you see it from both sides of the perspective, you realize, looking at a huge organizations that you have and you're responsible to, you know who's who in the industry and who actually works and who actually is kind of treating it like a hobby. Because if you only log in twice in 1 month, how do you expect to make any money online? See, and even if you are, all the effort that you're putting in, what is your value of what you're promoting? You know, are you promoting a $10 program and that's all you promote? Well, that's the only value you'll ever come across as a $10 seller, okay? You don't want to have a value of someone that's just pitching $10 things. You look like a garage sale or a hobby marketer, and that's the truth coming from a program owner. You want to have the image of, I'm at the next level. How can you promote something to get to the next level if you're not even close to that work, trying to come across as someone that's trying to get there? You've gone through the training, you know what it takes to get there. You have to posture yourself in this industry, no matter if you're new or not. You have to learn to posture yourself quick in this industry. You have to learn to be someone that knows what they're talking about and doesn't follow what everybody else is doing. You know, this industry is full of these 10, 20, 50, $100 programs that will never get anybody to a full-time income. You're talking to somebody in 37 years of network marketing, half of those without the internet, when you actually had to meet people, had meetings and everything. So this is coming from a lot of experience here. These low ticket programs, they might make you enough money after a year to get a full-time income where you can leave your job. But what you just created was a full-time income working online at home. You still haven't created the lifestyle income. And you still got to work it a few more years. Doesn't it make more sense? Because you're going to do the same effort into getting that one client to pay you $10. Why not kind of filter all those people through and get people that will give you $1,000 and get into a community where, in my opinion, I've never seen a community. Every program has a support system, but most of the support system is to correct your website or a payment's wrong or something. But they don't have support groups that will help you in life personally with personal issues and help you get over the hump of, I can do this, instead of quitting all the time because they've been through it. They know what it's going to take. That is very rare in this industry, to have a support system that'll help you personally. Because think about it, you're in a program right now, think about it, especially network marketing companies. What's your support system? Get into the Facebook group and talk about how much money you made. But what about the support system outside of that? Because most people have families. Is there a support system in place like that? And with all this training, it helps you get your mindset, because it all comes down to the mindset. So you can spend that time by yourself thinking, what is the correct things that I need to be doing, instead of keep doing the same things I've been doing all this time that isn't working. So that's about it. I mean, I can go on forever, but you got to motivate people. You really only need to do one thing: advertise and get leads. Let the system do the rest. I can't repeat that enough. Advertise. Don't spend 90% of your time doing the things that don't make you money. If you've been in this program for longer than a week, and if you don't have a lead capture page and a bridge page or whatever something made going to your offers already, then you obviously haven't took this serious, because it's very easy to do. Matter of fact, it's 1, 2, 3, copy, paste, boom, click, and it's done. It takes you literally 2-3 minutes. And if you're slow, maybe 5. But if it takes you that long, you obviously didn't go through the training. We didn't spend hours on end learning all this stuff and trying to mold all those years of training down to 30-minute video that if you just watch it, there's all the stuff that we learned, so you can learn it in 30 minutes. Take the time to watch it, even if it's twice, because sooner or later, you're going to enroll somebody and there just isn't enough leaders to handle an influx of people. So you're going to have to step up to the plate, and you're going to have to show them sometimes some things. That is part of being a leader. But the beautiful thing about this program, it's really self-explanatory. If people just show up, they don't really need to get training anywhere else. But here's the deal. You can't worry about anybody, because I've had thousands of people in my organization, and I'll put out a training video. You're talking thousands of people And when only 8 people show up to the training, well, I guess the 8 people are the serious ones, because out of 146,000 affiliates I had in all my programs, I created 19 six-figure earners. All 19 of them, think about this, all 19 of them started at the highest level. Not one of them came in at the low level. That should tell you something in online marketing. The people making the money they position themselves at the money first to set the example. You'll never set the example coming in the cheap way. Just some tidbits.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's actually a really good point you made about that. In fact, when we used to go to our real estate investment, we used to come in at the $30,000 level. We'd say, my husband and I would say, you know what, we're going to liquidate this, or we're going to sell that property. We're going to go get more education. So, I mean, in the fall, we have other plans, right? Brianna and I do, and it's going to be a higher level, but the thing is, when I sent off my $3,500, the first time I ever joined a high ticket member to member opportunity, because I've been doing this for 12 years, obviously, I was like, oh my gosh. And what did I get? I got a 1-page document. I said, wow, that's all I got. And I got a website, and I had no Zoom. We didn't have Zooms back then, And so these Zooms have been able to help people connect with people. I don't know how the heck I would be able to fly over to Scotland to see Brianna. I mean, we met on a Zoom, right? How the internet is so amazing now when you can think about this. And now we have, John and Brianna in this community. It just keeps getting better and better and better, in my opinion. And we have the connections that we can help people from all around the world. A lot of people ask, well, how do I take payment? I'll say, well, how can you take payment? Do you know how you can take payment? I take payment by, like Brianna, she told me about Wise. I didn't even think about that. I was like, oh, cool. So you can take payment with Wise. You can do all sorts of things, but John's right. John came in, he made 3 sales right away. It's like $3,000. Where can you get like $3,000 in any other opportunity right away? You can't. It's very, very hard. It's very hard to make that kind of cash flow. That's the reason why I always come back to high ticket sales and, of course, real estate, my husband and I. So I'm going to show you guys real quickly. I'll go ahead and end the recording.